Hello, tax friend. Welcome to this video. Introducing, my name is Hilwah Tazkiyah with NPM 224119090. Here, I will discuss taxes and levies, including the legal position of taxes, the difference between taxes and levies, tax collection requirements, tax resistance, and the difference between direct and indirect taxes. Without further ado, let's get started. Taxes, definition and legal position. Taxes are compulsory contributions paid by taxpayers to the state without direct reward. Funds collected from taxes are used to finance various public interests, such as infrastructure development, education, health, and other public services. The legal position of taxes is regulated by tax laws, which provide legal force to compel the public to fulfill tax obligations. If these obligations are not met, taxpayers may face administrative sanctions, such as fines, or even criminal sanctions. Every country has its own tax law, which regulates various types of taxes and their collection mechanisms. In the Indonesian context, taxes are regulated by the prevailing tax law and administered by the Directorate General of Taxes. Differences between taxes and levies. Next, let's look at the differences between taxes and levies. Taxes are compulsory and used for the public interest, while retribution is a levy imposed on certain services provided by the government to the public. For example, income tax, PPH, is a tax levied on an individual or corporate income, while parking levy is an example of a levy levied for parking services. It is important to note that taxes have no direct reward, while levies are usually linked to specific services. For example, the fee you pay to obtain an ID card or business license is a form of retribution. In terms of tax collection, there are several conditions that must be met. First, the taxpayer must have an outstanding tax liability. Second, the collection is carried out within the period specified by law, which usually includes a certain period of time after the due date of the tax payment. The collection process begins with a notification to the taxpayer regarding the tax debt that must be repaid. This notification is often in the form of a tax notice payable. If this obligation is not fulfilled, the tax authority may take legal steps to collect the debt, including asset seizure. Tax resistance. Tax resistance is also important to understand. This is an attempt by a taxpayer to object or challenge a tax decision that is deemed incorrect. Taxpayers can file an objection to the tax authority within a specified time period, usually within 30 days of receiving the tax assessment letter. If the objection is rejected, the taxpayer has the right to appeal to the tax court. This process is important to give taxpayers the opportunity to fight for their rights and ensure fairness in the tax system. Finally, we will discuss the difference between direct and indirect taxes. Direct taxes are taxes that are paid directly by the taxpayer, based on income or wealth. Examples are income tax, PPH, which is levied on individual or corporate income, and land and building tax, PBB, which is levied on land and building ownership. In contrast, indirect taxes are taxes paid by consumers when purchasing goods or services. These taxes are collected by the seller and remitted to the state. Examples include value-added tax, VAT, and import duty. Hopefully this information will be useful to you and help you understand more about the importance of taxes in the development and welfare of society.